Nice. Now it's actually working. Okay, so this is actually not very complicated at all, but people I don't think really do it, and I think it's very good for like getting better at melee because people like are like, yeah, I just play on unranked and like it doesn't help me get better, whatever. Um, so instead, you can just like record neutral interactions or situations in Uncle Punch and then like play them out and just like do that and figure out what you want to do in various situations, but in a much more efficient manner than just going on unranked, hoping you find the character you are interested in practicing against, hoping that they do the thing you want to practice against. Because that's not going to happen very much, basically. Super inefficient, still fine for some stuff. But it's just like, if you're playing as Falcon, this is an example that happened to me, like yesterday. Thank you, Lomucat. Um, and you're struggling when a fox is up tilting your shield, so you're like, okay, I'm gonna go on unranked and hope I find a fox that up tilts my shield and try to figure out what to do. Then it's like, okay, you've just spent 30 minutes finding like a fox and they've done like double up tilt on shield like twice. And that's just like not really gonna work out for you very well in terms of efficient practice. So what you can do instead is hop in Uncle Punch and go to training mode, training lab, select the characters, go to a stage, and then you can have that, you can set it up so that the CPU just does what you're trying to practice against. So much better than going on unranked and hoping that random Fox player that like you found is gonna do this exact situation you want to practice. So how you do this is quite easy. Uncle Punch makes it pretty intuitive, relative to like 20XX. Basically, it's still kind of annoying. For a long time, I didn't do this. And this is also, yeah, the Patreon Uncle Punch. And yeah, I didn't do it because I was too intimidated. And I didn't do it in 20XX really either, because that's actually intimidating. And then I just kind of assumed that Uncle Punch also has to be terrifying. But it's actually not. It's so simple. So we'll start with a super easy example of what I was saying, of Fox double up tilting on shield. So you go to recording, and you press save positions, and then you gotta actually get into the positions you want, because it's not this. So I want to practice Fox double up tilting the back of my shield, so I'm gonna go near him as Falcon, turn my back, recording, and I'm not efficient at this. I'm not like, there... Good question, one. Probably not getting up tilted on the back of my shield as Falcon. Not the best position. And so I'm not very good at this. There are people that actually can just do this really fast and are efficient and everything, but you don't have to be to do it. It's very easy to kind of just do it not efficiently and figure it out. So we want, this guy needs to face this way so he can up tilt, right? So to make it so you can control the CPU, it's pretty simple. CPU mode starts at off. If it's off, nothing happens. I'm just in control of this guy because that's my character. When it's on control, you control it. Crazy, right? Almost like it makes so much sense. So now we're in the right position, save positions. This doesn't necessarily have to be done, but I always kind of do it to where like the up tilts are actually happening on shield, not on hit. So what you want to do in something like this is, so the options for mode are like record and playback. And then as CPU, you can also do control, but there's record and playback, very self-explanatory. Record records, playback plays back the recording. And there's a bunch of recording slots, and you can do random, which is cool. We'll get into that in a bit. So human mode, record, slot 1. And all I'm gonna do as the Falcon is just like put up shields so that I can record the fox as the fox up tilting shield. So that's done. Now we'll go to playback, which also automatically resets the positions. So now it's playing back. So okay, that's weird. Sometimes there's weird stuff that happens. Like I have no idea why that happened. I'm gonna try and fix that just by recording it again, which is so easy. You just go back to record and it re-records over that slot. Playback. Boom. Perfect. And now we just do that. Restore positions, and now we get to record the actual thing. Okay. Double up tilt, and then I'm holding shield afterwards to like make sure whatever I like punish it if I'm punishing the second up tilt, but that's not even really what we're going to be doing. Now we go to playback. So if they're both on playback, this can be useful for seeing if you did things well. I am overcomplicating this, so I won't really go into that. But you see, like, this happens. Cool. So, but I don't care about, like, just watching a fox up tilt Falcon's shield. So we just turn this off, and now human mode is, like, I just get to be Falcon. So, press restore positions. Also, D-pad left is going to be what you do to reset it. You don't have to go back to this and press restore positions each time. You can also do... This stuff is like... When I say I'm not good at this, I don't fuck with this auto restore, loop input, playback. I've messed with it a little bit, but usually it doesn't work that well for me because I don't know what I'm doing. And that is the point. The point is that you don't have to know what you're doing for this to be possible. So yeah, so now it's like, okay, what do I do? Oh, can I do that? No, oh, whoa, that worked. But like, wow, I'm trying to fuck it up. Okay, so like there, I'm trying to like stomp out a shield after the first one. Whoops. Okay, one, and then that happens. But like, so here, so you're basically like, see, whatever. It's very simple. I'm trying to practice punishing double up tilt on shield. So we can see that works. We can see like, you could do that. But you have to, so if I just short hop, I get hit, whatever. And this, if you're playing Captain Falcon specifically, then it's really cool because you don't actually have to figure out anything. You just go to the cookbook and it has literally every you never need to figure out anything yourself. You just have to browse a Discord that has all the information you would ever want to have. Yeah, so it's like, this is a simple thing. And if you were trying to practice this, the only other way to reasonably practice this in an efficient manner where you're getting actual experience doing it is like asking your friend to do the up tilts. You can't just go on unranked and like get this situation to happen enough to where you can really just like practice it. And so like you just can keep doing this, and this isn't necessarily as like true neutral of a situation if it's like, oh, I'm dashing, oh, I'm trying to like punish between the up tilts, but that's like what we're gonna get into, because this is like, okay, what about if it's just neutral and he's doing this? Oh, I can't be like on top of him like that. And you can just like mess with your spacing, and it's important. You can even just like dash dancing around it and trying to like see how close you can be and everything and whatever. That's more of what we're gonna get into, but I wanted to give a very simple example to start. Now you know how to do a simple recording and practice one thing. Yeah, and you just can't really do that on unranked. So, but now if you are playing on unranked or in tournament or in friendlies, whatever, but you're playing the matchup you're playing, and this situation happens, which is a common situation. Foxes love to double up tilt the back or front of Falcon's shield. They do it all the time. Now, like, you practice this for 20 minutes, and then you'll just be ready, because you'll have your answers. It's like, you just get to, you can do multiple things, you can figure stuff out, or you can just look at the cookbook and do all the things they show, like that, and stuff like that, which I never would have, like, thought of, but there are resources for all the characters. Whatever. Now we'll actually talk about, like, practicing neutral more like neutral situation type things that are less specific. This is more just generally practicing your neutral. So we'll like reset everything, and if you just like save positions again, there's no more like playback. It doesn't do anything. It resets the recordings. So yeah, so what we're gonna do now is just kind of record. We're gonna go to a different stage actually. We're just gonna go on Battlefield and record Fox doing like a regular like neutral sequence. And this you can do as specifically or as not specifically as you want. You can do something like this. You go to recording, save positions, record for CPU. You can just have something like this where it's just literally Fox dash dancing, wave dash kind of spacing, and like that. And then like you just go to playback, and then you're like, oh, you're just kind of like thinking about interacting as if the Fox is moving like that. And you're like, oh, trying to like space to where you can react to if it did something or not. And so that's like a kind of very simple example that is not necessarily that helpful, but it's still good to do, because then you get to practice looking at the Fox and like seeing how your character can move, like oh, I need to dash back faster than I usually do, because the Fox could clearly like hit me if I just like wait until now. Like you see how the Fox just like, I'll try and pause it, like, oh, I didn't know that Fox was gonna be this close if I'm just dash dancing here, whatever. Pretty bad example, but we'll go back and make like a more reasonable thing. And we can like even make it more like CPU percent is like 50, so like a stomp is really good, stuff like that. Player percent we can have at like also 50, so we know that like you got to be worried about nair and bear and stuff, because if it's 0 you can still pretend like you're worried about it, you know, but it's easier to visualize and understand what's actually happening if it actually happens, because on unranked or in a match, if you get bared at 0, it's not like getting bared at 50. So you might as well just set it like that. Recording, save positions, which I don't think I actually needed to do, but I don't really know how to use Uncle Punch, so I do it anyways. And then we'll go to, I don't like that. Why is it doing that? Maybe oh, okay, because I accidentally switched this. And with Uncle Punch, there are all sorts of settings, and the cool thing about it, really like the coolest thing about it, is it all makes sense. It's like, if you just go through this stuff, there's a lot of stuff, and it's pretty intimidating, but it has an explanation. Adjust the amount of hits the CPU's shield will take before they counter. That can be great. Stuff like that, you just mess with it and figure it out. But this is trying to be a simple guide explanation for how to practice neutral things. Okay, recording, save positions, CPU mode, record. And this is when we're gonna get into the recording slots and how that is a super cool thing. So we're gonna record the Fox just kind of dash dancing, doing like a shield stop, walling out, short hop bear, maybe doing a full hop, and then like some up tilts. And then as Falcon, I'm just gonna like run around basically and see what it's like. So yeah, record, boom. Whatever, you can like keep going or stop whenever. It doesn't, these are gonna be more long form, just like kind of Fox doing stuff, and you get to like see what it's like that sort of thing. It's like, oh, where do I need to be spaced to where like, am I allowed to space this close to Fox? Nope, because then you just get bared. But like if you instead like do like run up, wave dash down in a better spacing, because then like maybe you can just get a grab. Oh, and you just get to keep practicing stuff like that. You get to see where you can like where your moves hit, and then like, oh, wave dash back up tilt. And this is just like Fox doing a bunch of stuff, which is not really what you should generally practice against. What is more helpful, I guess I didn't really think about what I was gonna show, so that's why I have no idea what I'm doing. But what is really more helpful is like just doing something simple, like, okay, Fox is doing this. What do I do against like wave dash back up tilts? Because that's something that like from a Falcon perspective just kind of like often destroys Falcon players. But so you got it, you have to know how to punish it. You have to like have solutions, and just playing unranked is not going to give you the practice for that. And even just playing like focused sessions with Fox players is not going to give you as like good of an understanding of like how to beat this kind of thing. Like just working on like that, like how can I just literally doing that. And then what I personally need to practice, because I'm really bad at, is like this sort of thing, not like that. But like I want to practice my no fast fall knees as a punish on this. And so you just keep doing that. You just do it. And now I have like a better answer for this neutral situation. And it's like, so then after this, he dashes that way kind of, right? So it's like, okay, if I try to hit right in the spot, it's gonna miss if I'm not fast enough and whatever. I think this is very simple. I don't think anyone should be confused about this. Yeah, so now we're gonna actually go into the recording slots. Restore position. I'm gonna have Fox do a certain number of dash dances and then up smash, basically. This is a pretty simple thing also, I guess. But the big thing is just like understanding how your character works positionally in regards to the other character, because that's kind of what neutral is about. But you just get to figure it out. This is just so that you know how to use Uncle Punch and know how to use it other than just hitting a CPU and getting your punish game better, which is also what you should do anyways. Neutral is fake. So left on D-pad also will reset the recording. So like I'll left on D-pad, okay, dash dance, up smash. Now we're gonna go to slot 2. Now we're recording again, but it's slot 2. We're gonna do dash dance, up smash. And now if we go to playback, we can play back slot 2. That's what happens. We can play back slot 1. That's what happens. Or if you go to the left of slot 1, you get random. And so now it's like, when's this happening? And then you get to like your overshoots, right? You get to see like what it's like, where you can hit, where you can't hit. And yeah, and I mean that's like really about it. But even just like being ready, like, oh, like this, that's a great example of like, oh, okay, if I do a nair there, I get hit, so maybe I can't really do a nair there, and I need to space it farther away, in which case it will catch him coming in, right? And that sort of thing. Oh, I can't, like, and just like practicing these things. These things are very simple to practice, and that's like how you win, basically, is you can't just let your opponent do a thing and you not be ready to punish it. If it's something punishable, you really should be ready to punish it. And whatever. There are more like complicated things, I guess, but you don't need to do more complicated things. Really, even doing random playback is not that helpful. It's pretty helpful, but not necessarily in this instance. It's more like you play a session of Melee, or you watch replays, whatever, and you notice a spot in neutral where you're just like losing. You're like, the Fox just nairs at me and I lose. So record a Fox just like nairing all over, just like nair, whatever. And then have it play back, and you just get to like, How do I, no, I'm just getting hit still. How do I punish this? How do I punish that? How do I punish that, like, nair there? I can't even punish it like that. What am I supposed to do? And then you're like, okay, wait, what if I just, like, space here and, like, do that or something? Like, and whatever. Maybe a better example would be something like, wow, I'm really bad versus fade away nair. How do I beat this? I'm trying to space so that okay, here's actually a good idea, maybe. I really did not, like, have any idea what I was gonna do for this. Recording, save positions. We're gonna do, slot 1 is gonna be an undershot nair, and slot 2 is gonna be an overshot nair. Record, slot 1. Undershot. Record, slot 2. Overshot, kind of. So, playback, slot 1. What do I do against this undershot nair if I'm trying to, like, oh, that doesn't grab it, what the? And that's, like, not very much of an undershot nair, admittedly. Oh, that's not working. So I guess I need to like, space closer. I need to be closer. But then, what happens when it's doing this? Like, oh, I'm just getting hit if I'm trying to space to where I can punish this undershot nair. So then, this is when it's really cool to use random. Because you're like, is there a way I can beat both of them? Okay, I'm dashing really far back to punish this, like, deeper nair. And this far dash back, it works to beat the deeper nair, as we see, like that. But, oh, I get that, but you can't do it there. Oh no. So now you get to, like, use your brain or something. Okay, maybe I can just, like, like, go to the platform or something. Maybe I can, like, go to the platform and now, like, just reset the position. Like, whoa, now Fox is in the corner either way. Fox is now, like, in a worse position either way. And, like, you can even do something like that where, like, they do a deep nair. It just, like, resets to neutral still, but now you're in a better spot, and now you can, like, do your walling nairs, whatever. And it's like, wait, now I'm, like, winning this situation? And it's like, this isn't gonna be a true punish, but it doesn't matter. Like, resetting the situation into a more favorable position for you is good. I don't know if I have anything else to really talk about. I feel like I didn't give very good examples, but I explained how to do it. So now you can figure out your own good examples. And I think this is actually a much better example than all of the rest. Because now it's like, okay, this is a way I can punish this like fade away nair. I recorded slot, let me re-record slot 2, because it's bad. I need to do an early nair fade in. Like that, sure. Now we can play back. And random. Oh, I can't nair, I can't knee it, but I can knee that. So as you can see, things are different when they're different, because that's how Melee works. Whoa. Here's the thing you can do. Oh, but now it's not working. And so you just, like, mess with that. All sorts of situations like that. So what is going to be your answer as Falcon here? You can come up with that yourself. I think that a good thing to do is doing, like, a nair. If you do a nair in place, it doesn't work. You see, like, versus the, okay, it does if you time it right, but sometimes it just trades. But it beats this, right? It beats, and this is where you can do, like, you can see if it works versus both of them. You can even, if you want to be really cool, you can go playback slot 1. Then you can record as human mode, and then I'm gonna do a short hop nair as Falcon, but at a better timing. Boom. Now we can play that back. This, like this, you know, whoa, it's like Falcon nair kind of wins here. But does Falcon nair beat this? So I'm just gonna play back my recording of slot 1 for human and see how it interacts. Oh, it seems to lose. Because it seems to lose. It's just trading Clearly this is benefiting Fox, so I need to figure out something better. We can go to this and see like what if I do like that? That seems to work really well, right? That seems really, really good, because then you get your like pretend I know how to do that. Oh, crazy, crazy. So playback, you see like this seems pretty good versus the like fade in Nair, but how does it interact with the like fade like that one? Clearly it doesn't work as well because it doesn't hit. But you can see if there's like something you can do to like let it be fine, because if you hit this stomp versus like deep Nair into the corner, huge reward, and you can do it in a way to where like that Nair doesn't beat it. That Nair, the Nair that Fox is doing does not beat this stomp. It's like Falcon is not really winning. Falcon is definitely kind of losing after that, but like Falcon then like you can just like go to ledge, hack stash, and then like Nair from ledge or like whatever. So it's not losing hard, but it destroys the fade in stomp, the fade in that like whoops. So that's like it good, right? That's a great way to beat that thing. Now you have solved a neutral situation. Now you have figured out an answer for a situation that occurs often in neutral, where maybe before you're just like trying to whiff punish it with a grab, and like then you're losing when they undershoot the aerial, whatever, and it's just like you didn't know what to do, and you weren't able to practice it because you didn't know how. So, versus slot 1, this is the interaction that happens. We can also then, if you want to go a little more into what this can be like actually, you can go frame by frame and see like when the characters are actionable. So it's like Fox has been actionable for like 2 frames or something by now, and like whatever. So Fox could like Fox has frame advantage here. I don't think this is really worth going into, but Falcon is basically only able to shield or roll here. None of his moves are fast enough. So it's like he clearly still loses the interaction, kind of, but it's not a direct loss, and it very clearly destroys the other option of Fox here that you're like worried about of that. Yeah, Rabbit, I don't know. Does anyone have any questions regarding this? Any other situations or examples I could show as like other characters? Something I've done a bunch as Fox, like to practice versus Marth. This one is probably a bit better actually, cause it's just simpler, I think. And you can use D-pad down to put the character near you, and then D-pad right to save that position, and then you like D-pad left and it just starts there again, and you can D-pad up to taunt. So, recording, save position, CPU mode, record. Okay. Let me do, so, double fair. Whoa. Record slot 2. Nair. Actually, that's bad. Nair dash back. So, now, like, play back this. Okay. Oh, but I'm a little late. Oh. Oh no, I'm losing in neutral to this Marth just because he's Nair dash back in. At least I'm not getting hit by the Nair, but whatever. Does full hop do well? Does full hop beat this Nair dash back? What if I do it better? What if I go deeper in? Then yeah, but like Then what about okay, we'll actually do it like this, record, boom. What about, how is that gonna like interact with fair? Okay, it worked because of the timing, but if it's a different timing, oh no, like, oh no, I'm just getting hit. I'm just getting hit out of my jump. Yeah, so that's another example. You can have Marth do all sorts of things. And then you, like, something I really found helpful to practice versus Marth is, like, Marth doing, Marth either doing this or doing this. And I'm not even doing it, like, great execution as the Marth. And if you really want to get into it, you can do, like, do frame perfect execution by going frame by frame to set up the recording. But yeah, and then as Fox, it's like, oh no. If I'm this far, I can't, if I'm this far back, I can't whiff punish the Nair. But like, can I mess with like CC, or like, does the full hop there get better, whatever? Nair. If I do like a short hop drill to beat the down tilt, then I just get like dash back grabbed. But like, whatever, and there's so much drift you can mess with. Yeah, I don't know. I think that basically explains everything. It's not hard. It is very simple. And I think it is, I hope that it is obvious why this is going to help you more than just like spamming unranked games will. Because in unranked games, Marth is gonna do this sometimes, and now it's like I already know exactly how to punish this certain interaction. I know that I can like overshoot a running shine. I know I can like CC, I can like get under it just by dashing and like trying to up smash as like between the hits or whatever. Can I short hop up air? Doesn't seem very reasonable. Oh, you can just dash through. That seems good. You can get really close and then like CC depending on the execution, whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that is very useful and will help you get better at melee. And really, you also just need to be better at punish game. Neutral doesn't matter until you have a good punish game, because with neutral, you like are looking for meaningful hits, which lead to big punishes. But if your punish game is bad, then it doesn't actually matter if you get hits. So basically, neutral does. It is, you don't have, your opponent doesn't really have to play neutral against you if you can watch the VOD. Neutral, your opponent doesn't have to play neutral against you very much if they have a better punish game than you. I am someone with a pretty good punish game. I'm like a top 50 player or whatever. You gotta have a pretty good punish game if you're gonna be a top 100 melee player. If I'm playing against a lower level player and they're like so good at neutral, but like their punish game's not good, then it doesn't matter if they're outplaying me repeatedly, because I get my one reversal or my one opening in neutral and I just kill them, and they've like outplayed me in neutral 10 times, which means they've like done nothing. Yeah, Raul, I think that's something that like happens for sure, because you understand not only how the neutral interactions happen, but like how you get a meaningful hit from it, and then you're ready to do the punish, because you don't have to put your brain power towards thinking about how do I like interact in, what am I supposed to do in this neutral interaction? You don't have to think about that. You just do it because you already know. And in melee, the key to success is like knowing what you are going to do and attempt to do in various situations before you get in to the match. If you don't know beforehand, you have lost before it has started. Alright, I'll stop recording and probably just play some Melee.